Hello and welcome back to another episode of Pop Culture Reacts. And wall breaking moment here. This is the first time we're recording this year. So
Yeah, peek behind the curtain. When this comes out in April, this is our first recording session of 2024. So
we
happy
might
New
be
Year to all
rusty.
of you, and happy New Year to. Look, I went both ways, so that's how rusty we are. So happy New Year to you as well.
You too, good sir. So before we do, album cycles or anything like that, we are getting back into the swing of things with some randos.
Yeah,
So I am bringing the first one, and it is Josephine and the Artisans with the Unknown. So
and
this,
and it is unknown to me as well. So
yes.
good song title.
So this is something that I played back when I used to show and tell tunes many, many years ago because it randomly came up on a Spotify
Is
binge that I was on and was like putting that into the show.
is show and tell with tunes still available anywhere?
No, I
Oh.
do have every episode on my hard drive,
The
so
one
I
time I tried to do a plug and it was a failure.
so I can send them out to people if they ever wanted to hear them. All
Yeah,
like
let us know.
200 plus. I think it's 207 shows. But yeah, due to copyrights and all that sort of stuff, it
Yeah,
did have to be taken down. But yeah, I do have all of them still on my old hard drive, so they are still there. They're just not.
maybe something in this year of 2024 when you're watching this, we're probably near to 2025, that we could revisit. Maybe there's some magic we could do in this new modern age, Chris.
There may be.
Yes.
So before we do and discuss, plans for how to, bring back to life my old project,
Or
shall
we could survive 100 years and and everything would be I can't even remember what the bloody term is when it's out of a public domain at that point.
yes.
So yeah. So all we need to do is live for at least another 90 to 95 years.
Yes.
Doable.
So, shall we get on some Josephine and the Artisans? Because I'm not going
Yeah.
to tell you what it is or what it's like, because I want to
Well,
see what you think.
the only thing I know is, and I transition to the other screen, is this picture that I'm seeing up here. And I don't know. There's something very, very compelling from the picture. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to this. Whatever it is, you better not have picked a dump one to start off the new year. And P.S. for anyone who's been following us since the start of the new year, contender for worst song of the year went up very early doors. So let's hope you're not plumbing those depths again. Right, let's do this.
Future's bright, but the past was darker. Vision been in the arms of my father. That vision disappeared along with him. Human be calmer, man's more calmer. That to a daughter, can't have. Chose the pen and pad, wrote every thought up. Responsibility, don't get rid of it. Constant fear, everyone ridicules how you really feel. Write so much, always hold bars like a blimmin' criminal. Individual with a ritual. Man, I read them all. Living in false hope like armies in Rome where storms grow. Walking in the snow, keeping all their horns blow. Seeking peace, prince and queens. Together as one, let's feast. In the pool of the mountain king.
Nobody knows what could happen from now into the future. Just keep on laying down verses and acting like I'm Superman. Boots laced up with the mic in my hand. Pure bars upon bars, understand? I don't have a master plan like most of us. I'm in the band where most summers we're shaking out the dead like Ghostbusters. Playing live all over the gap. I know that I'm gassed. I know I can't stop and relax. I'm on the road, G.
Sometimes I wonder what the future holds for me. But truth be told, I don't wanna know. In case I don't like what I see. And even if I do, what's life without mystery? Boring and predictable. If I had a crystal ball, smash it into fragments. Put the pieces back together the way that I imagine them. So when I look into it, it's like looking at an anagram. Keep me on my toes, don't know what's gonna happen next.
strong. Whenever I'm in trouble, just before the day's done, I plan for tomorrow to survive the next one.
And despite the lies and words of doubt, I will not be afraid. There's nothing left to fear. I am
I'm
still
removing the fear of the unknown now. It's not about feeling caged in and locked down, piling on the stress, trying to ride for the crown. So it's me and myself on the underground.
Nobody knows what's really going on.
All that I know is that life forces me to stay strong.
Whenever I'm in trouble, just before the day's done, I plan for tomorrow to survive the next one. I'm removing the fear of the unknown now. It's not about feeling caged in a lockdown.
So, Mr. Seddon, what did you think of hip opera?
It's that's a really bad start. Form a sentence. It's something I don't hear enough of. I'm sure there's stuff out there, but it feels like a very underutilized, or maybe just like kind of an underdeveloped bit where you mix classical music, opera, things like that into hip hop. I think in the grand scheme of hip hop music sampling, it's a rarity, not the norm, isn't it? And you know, in the comments, if someone goes, "Oh, like here's the 300 bands that do it and do it regularly," then please let me know, because it's something I've always kind of been interested in. I remember like many moons ago, and the song title escapes me at the moment, but it was an LL Cool J song. I think it's the last song on the 13 Shots of the Dome album, if I remember rightly, and it's the first time I'd ever heard someone mix classical music in. There's a lovely bit at the start where there's like rainfall and things like that, and it really grabbed me, and I kind of went, "Oh yes, more please," but never kind of maybe either grabbed hold or just certainly not across mine. So yeah, you're right, this is right up my alley, but an alley that you don't see very often. A real back alley in a town I don't live in.
See, this is the thing. This is one of those. Obviously, we've done lots of like the symphonic metal stuff with the sort of operatic singing over the metal and things like that. And this was just, as I said, it's one that I found ages ago and had on the old show, and it's the only time I've heard of theirs. I know they've got a few albums out and stuff, but it was a time and a place, and I was like, "Oh my god, I love this!" I grabbed it and I was like, "That's good. I've got to put that on the show and share
more."
It. But then, because at that point, because I was doing so many shows and doing so much music, you had all these
things get lost,
I
don't
need
they?
to go. I need to go back to this. I need to go back to this.
Oh god, I mean, we say it on here, didn't we? The amount of artists we picked up where you go, "Oh, we do like reactions, so I won't listen to their album because we'll do more on here. We'll do their album at a certain point." Like the stack of albums, be it physical or virtual, that I've got that I haven't listened to that I really want to. It happens.
But yeah, so these are one that I do actually sort of, after rehearing it over sort of work Christmas week and stuff. I was like, I need to go back to this, but I need to see if the boy likes it. Because if the boy likes it, we've got an excuse to do more and find it that way.
I'd definitely be up for doing more. Not without its faults, I would say. For me, I love the operatic voice at the beginning. Lost me a bit when we actually had the vocal though. It wasn't bad. I mean, obviously got cracking voice, but it felt a bit meandery at that part of the song. I think I wanted more of the hip hop and more of the operatic voice coming through at that point, and I did feel like the first rapper was the strongest by far. Although I did love what the second rapper was doing with his sort of super man. I love it when you get that stilted delivery of lyrics, the conjoined words but split up for the purpose of hip hop. But yeah, I'm definitely in for more, because almost for me it's really good and good enough for me to go, I'd love to see where they take this to. because I think with some refinement or whatever, like more sort of crack of the whips, or I think there could be something really really brilliant here. But at this stage, still really good. But yeah, I think they could be phenomenal if they get their, I was gonna say formula. It always sounds horrible when you say formula, but like if they get that balance
The
right.
balance on it,
Yeah,
yeah. But as I said, it's one of those of I generally don't like the sort of full operatic sort of vocals at most of the time. But I think with this, because it's such a juxtaposition and because it's
yeah,
behind the hip hop beats,
yeah,
that is what grabs me on this and why I like it so much. I think if it had been rapping over the operatic music and still had the same sort of vocal thing, I think it might have lost me. But because it's with dirty sort of hip hop beats under that, it just sort of gives it that balance that I'm like, oh, I like this.
as much as the obviously you've got the operatic voice. I feel like the music swings more towards classical, not opera. And I think hip hop beats or hip hop drum beats generally just sit really nicely behind it. And I think
Yeah,
because often, you know, when these bits of music are initially composed or at composition stage, they will really, really consider that percussion, but that percussion is normally behind all the instruments. And so to bring it forward with a hip hop beat, yeah, I mean, as I say, it's something I've been crying out for a long time. And if it's out there, yeah, again, please, like, let us know, because I've never really found it. But, and, like, my my first love is hip hop. Well, like, for a long time, my second love, my first love is Radiohead stroke hip hop. But for a long, long time, and this really has been coming for many, many years. Like a lot of my time is spent listening to classical, like, albeit lean a lot more towards modern classical, like the sort of things that are scores in movies now. Like
yeah.
that's become a love of mine. So whenever I can find anything, or whenever I hear anything that I think integrates other styles of music into it, yeah, I'm game. I'm down for more.
So if you are a fan of Josephine and the Artisans, down there, where do we go next? Because yeah, I have no idea what to pick next, and you
If
put
not,
it
we'll
in
go
it because
rando. So
yeah,
we'd rather be targeted than just going rando.
exactly. As always, YouTubey things of like, subscribe, and ringing bells. And until
Good
next
start to new
time,
year. Well done. Well done.
hey, I get a point.
Yeah.
And
Point for Gryffindor. I'd have you down as a Slytherin rather than a Gryffindor, but
I don't watch Potter. I don't know the Potter things.
I read them and I watched them. Books are better than the movies. There you go.
Anywho, until next time, good day.